This video was made possible thanks to the EA Creator Network. Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our first speed build with the new The Sims 4 Growing Together expansion pack. So I am so excited to share this video with you all. I've been waiting for this expansion pack for honestly what feels like months, even though I don't think it has been months since we've gotten the announcement. But yeah, it's felt like forever that we've been waiting for this pack, and yeah, I'm so happy to finally have it and be able to build with it. And I do want to say a big thank you to the EA Creator Network for giving me a code for this pack. So obviously I didn't get early access this time around because things just worked out a little bit differently with early access with this pack. But yeah, so they obviously didn't give me early access, but they did give me a code for the pack, so I didn't have to buy it myself. So yeah, there is that. I do want to say a huge thank you to them for that. And then another thing is I am actually holding a giveaway for this pack, which I will talk about a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so getting back to this build. So this build, as you guys could probably tell from the title, is an 8-sim generations home. Now, currently, it probably doesn't look like it's big enough to fit 8 sims because it's not. This build was such a struggle, which is honestly why this video is out so late. Usually, I honestly don't know how late this is going to go up. I'm recording this at just 8:20 p.m. on Friday night, so I don't even know how late this is going out. Probably more around 9:30, 10 p.m. my time, when when it finishes rendering, uploading, all of that stuff. But yeah, so this video is out quite a bit later than my usual upload time because honestly, it was such a struggle. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second, about the build itself. But yeah, so this build is, like I said, an 8-sim family home. It's for 2 parents, 2 grandparents, 2 children, a toddler and an infant, which is a lot. It's only a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house as well. So yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely I added in 2 bathrooms, and then I also realized when I was taking the screenshots that I didn't even put in a dishwasher in the kitchen, so they just have a sink, so they have to hand wash all of their dishes. And with this many sims in a house, that is an actual nightmare for gameplay. But I figured, you know what, it kind of just adds to the whole chaosness of this. And also it kind of adds to the realism, personally, in my opinion, because honestly, I know one person with a dishwasher, and I've never lived in a house with a dishwasher. None of my immediate family members, apart from my brother's household, has a dishwasher. And it's not something that I'm used to having. And we've always had a really big family, a really big household. So everything was just washed by hand. And that was just what I'm used to. But for this, for The Sims, I don't know, it felt very realistic to me, very yeah, basically just realistic. And the way I laid out the house, it'll make sense in just a moment as well. But yeah, so like I said, 8-sim house, and yeah, it's built in San Sequoia, obviously. It's built on the 36 Bayani Place lot, I think. Yeah, 36 Bayani Place. And this house actually originally had a household on it. It's the household where the Luna Sullivan house, family actually lives. And the original house that was on this lot was actually built by Deligracy. And I've actually watched her video where she did it and everything like that and talked about it. And it was such a beautiful house. But yeah, so a little bit more about the pack and my thoughts so far is obviously we're building in San Sequoia. I have had a little bit of a look around the world. So Thursday, I almost said, yeah, yesterday, basically, when I got the pack, I actually took a little bit of time, had a look around, had a look at a couple of the lots. I actually loaded into quite a few of the residential lots. And honestly, the builds, first off, the builds that the other game changers did for this are absolutely stunning. Like, I think they're probably some of my all-time favorite, like, game changer builds for, like, the worlds or, like, the packs that we've gotten. Like, they're really, really good. And but I will also leave a link down below. Basically, this pack, all of the builds were done by Little Simsy, Deligracy, and Dizzy Diak. I'm so sorry. I know I'm not saying their name correctly, but I will leave all of their links in the description below in case you don't know any of them, which honestly at this point you probably should. But yeah, I'll leave all of their links below. And just a quick disclaimer, because I just heard it, but I am recording this home alone, and it's because I'm home alone, I'm recording with my door open, which is something that I don't usually do. But obviously my dog is here and he is a little bit loud, and honestly I can also hear a little bit of traffic outside for some stupid reason. It's like almost 8:30 p.m. I don't know why there's traffic, but I can hear a little bit of traffic. My mic probably won't pick it up, but if my dog starts barking, which he does like doing, a lot of the times when he hears traffic, especially bikes, he'll like start barking madly. I apologize if you guys hear that in the video. Like I said, recording with the door open, which don't usually do that. But yeah, so if you hear any noise in the background, I do apologize. And also, I've been struggling with a really sore throat for the past like 2 or so days. So if my voice like craps out on me at any point during this voiceover, because it is a really long build, it's like 36 minutes. If my voice craps out on me, I do apologize. But like, again, it's not something I can do anything about. So yeah, just wanted to get those out there. But yeah, so going back to the world, basically, I'm building in the neighborhood of Hopewell Hills. As you guys probably already know, I feel like this is the neighborhood of the 3 neighborhoods that we have that probably has been showed off the most, not just by the Sims team, but also by the other game changers, or yeah, I'm gonna say game changers, but by the other game changers that had early access. So I feel like you guys are probably pretty familiar with Hopewell Hills at this point. But yeah, so obviously the world has 12 lots, there's 4 lots in each neighborhood, and honestly, I'm gonna be real and say that yes, the world is absolutely gorgeous. I can definitely see myself playing here. I haven't, like I said, I haven't explored a lot, I haven't done a lot of gameplay or anything like that, but honestly, the world, even though it's beautiful and the builds are absolutely stunning, I'm gonna feel so bad having to bulldoze them for my save. But even with all of that, the world feels like such a missed opportunity. Basically, it feels so empty. I mean, it doesn't look empty, it looks very full. There's a lot of houses and park type places, like nature and all of that kind of stuff, but the majority of it isn't even functional. The majority of it, like I said, is just shells. And they're not shells like some of the shells in Tartosa are, where you can actually click on them and like change your Sims' outfit, or you know, buy something from like a stall that's built into a shell, or you know, anything like that. They're just shells and you can't click on them, you can't do anything. And for the houses, obviously that does make sense, because why would you be able to click on a random person's house and do something? But there are a bunch of shells in the world. Like in this neighborhood in particular, there's this really pretty like docks area, marina area, with a little restaurant on top of the docks, and obviously it's very clearly a restaurant, but your Sims can't click on it. It would have been so nice if they could, like they could in The Sims 3, if they could click on it and then go into it and just eat there without you seeing it as a rabbit hole, like they can with the theater in one of the other neighborhoods. But yeah, they're basically just pointless shells, like everywhere. And because the neighborhoods are so big, they are like area wise where your Sims can go and what you can see and everything, they're quite big. They're a lot bigger than the base game neighborhoods, for example. But because they're so empty, because they're so big and they have so many shells in them, they're just empty. Like, it feels so empty and kind of lifeless as well, which in my opinion is such a missed opportunity. This world could have been so much better if they just added, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but if they added maybe one extra lot to each of the neighborhoods to bring the total lot count up to 15, for example. Or if they just added some functionality to some of the shells like they've done in previous packs with, you know, here and there, like in Tartosa, you know, stuff like that, it would have made such a difference. But yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry, I wanted to rant about the world for just a second, because so far that has probably been my biggest disappointment with this pack. I mean, obviously, like I said, I haven't done much gameplay. I haven't really done anything apart from this build because it's taken me forever to get this freaking thing done. But yeah, so I wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, so back to this build. As you guys can see, we're actually working on the bathrooms. I've had to cut out quite a bit of this, so you'll notice me kind of just jump cutting a few times here and there, but there's so many screenshots at the end, you guys. You will see everything in the screenshots. I have like literal minutes worth of screenshots at the end. But yeah, so the interior of this build has like the layout, everything like that has been nailed down and finalized. And then we've already done both of the bathrooms, but I will be going back to them a little bit later to add in a little bit more clutter, because you'll also notice that I do jump around quite a bit, because when I was going through the build catalog, I was just like finding stuff from the pack that I wanted to use and, you know, stuff like that, and then plopping them down in a different room where I wanted to use them so I wouldn't forget about them. Because this was, like I said, my first build with the pack. I didn't like have a look at any of the items beforehand. I just jumped in and started building. So yeah, you'll notice that. And then also this build is completely base game and growing together only. I should have mentioned that probably at the beginning. But yeah, so this build is the base game and the new pack only. There's no other packs in it. There's no custom content in it. And if you want to download it, it is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is just Chrissie YT. It's always in the description. I'll also have a download link in the description as well. And then the tray files will be going up for channel members. And then, yeah, I'll also be uploading the tray files 3 weeks later. So in like 3 weeks time, I'll upload them to my Tumblr as well. I actually did start a new Tumblr. So I have my like main Tumblr where I reblog stuff and where you can download my save file and all of that stuff, which I'll leave linked below. But I also started a Builds Tumblr, so basically where I just share my builds and share links to the videos, share the tray files in the posts as well. So I'll leave that link below if you want to go ahead and follow that or whatever. And yeah, I'm slowly adding all of my like backlog of builds to that, because I have so many builds on my channel. I have like 380 or 360 speed builds, or just over that. And then I have almost 100 apartment builds, which again I also have to work through eventually. So it's gonna take me forever, but I'm slowly getting there. But yeah, I'll leave that link below in case you want to keep an eye on it for the tray files or whatever. And obviously I'll also share it to the community tab here once they're out. But yeah, so like I said, this build, base game, growing together only. And yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. I did start off this build, as I mentioned at the beginning. I started off this build and I actually had in mind, obviously I knew I wanted to use just the base game and the new pack, because I wanted to see what I could do with, you know, just the new items basically. And I wanted to make it as accessible as possible for everyone to download. Now, in that vein, I did use the pre-order items. I do have the pre-order items, the swing set, the little slide, and then the infant back carrier thing. So I did use the slide and the swing set in this build in the yard. But if you don't have the pre-order items, obviously if you have the pack right now, then you have the pre-order items because you ordered it before like April something or other. But yeah, if you're watching this sometime in the future after like April or May or whatever and you don't have them, Then just replace the toddler slide if you have like the toddler pack, or like replace the swing set with the one from Seasons or Island Living or whatever. They're not like really big, like game changing objects. So yeah, no worries about that. But yeah, so at the beginning of this build, I did start it off with the idea that I was going to make it a budget home. So I wanted to make it originally, this is actually kind of a long story, or like a confusing story, I guess I should say. But originally I started this off thinking I was going to make it a 100 baby home, and I didn't want to make it a starter like your sim just started out. So like with a 20,000 simoleon budget, I wanted to make it for a full household. So for 8 sims basically. So in my head, you know, your sim has already had 7 children and they're in the house. So like infants, toddlers, children, you know, you name it. And so I wanted to like use the 8 sim starter budget, which is 34,000 simoleons. And yeah, I started off with that, and then I quickly realized that I wasn't going to be able to build a 100 baby house and do it the way that I would want to do it for gameplay and stuff like that with that budget. So I scrapped the 100 baby idea. And I thought, okay, I'll do it for a just like 8 sim family house. So I'll do it like still with the 8 sim budget, so 34k, but do it for a family so that I could have like 2 double beds instead of having to have like 4 single beds, for example. So yeah, that was my then like second idea. And then I quickly realized that the shape that I had gone for was way too big to do on a budget like that. It was just, it's not feasible, especially with a lot of the new items, because I did want to use as many of the new items as I possibly could. So I wanted to use the new shower tub combo, I wanted to use the new stove and fridge, and like the upright piano and the couches and stuff like that. And they're all very expensive. They're not cheap items, like at all. So yeah, I quickly realized that doing it on like a house this big basically, and having it for that many sims on a 8 sim like starter budget was just not going to happen. So then I scrapped that idea as well, and I just decided to go like, you know, balls to the wall basically, and just decorate and have fun with it. And you'll see me a couple of times like give myself like 10,000 more simoleons at a time, or you know, here and there when I noticed my money was running low, because at the back of my head I was thinking, oh, I'll still make this kind of an affordable house, or like I'll try and make it an affordable house somewhat. And it just did not end up happening. I again let my like too much gene kind of take over, and I decorated, I cluttered, I like basically I just did a lot, and it ended up being 109,044 simoleons. So yeah, it's expensive. It is very expensive. But on the plus side, I actually thought about a little bit of like a storyline for this family. So you'll notice that we've already done the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and it's all very cramped. And that was actually my whole idea for this build, is I wanted to make it feel cramped and lived in, and kind of like they've had to like think a little bit like outside of the box. You know, it's not your like typical perfect family home where everyone has their own big bedroom and ensuite and, you know, stuff like that. You know, these sims aren't necessarily super rich. They're well off, they have enough money, they have obviously a very nice house, a house with enough space for all of them, and some very nice furniture, all of that stuff, but they're not like millionaires basically. They don't live in a mansion. So upstairs we actually have a full bathroom. We have the bathroom with the shower and tub, and then downstairs we have one with just a shower. And both of the bathrooms are very kid oriented. So yeah, this house has 2 children, a toddler and an infant. So I figured, you know, maybe the parents just, you know, made the bathrooms fun, and they're just fun and colorful and bright, and that's just how they turned out, basically. But yeah, so upstairs we have the full bathroom. And we have 3 bedrooms. So one of the bedrooms is the bedroom for the toddler. And that's actually where I figured you could also add in another toddler bed for the infant once they age up. But yeah, so we have the toddler's bedroom. We have a bedroom that the 2 kids share. They actually have bunk beds. And then we have the main bedroom upstairs, or what used to be the main bedroom. And that bedroom has actually been turned into the bedroom for the grandparents, because in my head, you know, maybe they had this garage. The garage was obviously used for something totally different before, but then the grandparents actually had to move in with them for whatever reason. Maybe they wanted to, maybe they had to, or, you know, for whatever possible reason you can think of. And then obviously they moved in. Maybe they've been living here for quite a while. So I did want to furnish the house with, you know, a lot of the items in this pack, they're very mismatched. I'll talk about that in just a second. But a couple of the items in this house I wanted to make look like they are a little bit older. Maybe they're hand-me-downs, maybe they're, you know, like kind of like family items that have been passed down. Maybe they were like the grandparents' furniture when they had their own house or something. And then their bedroom as well, it's cluttered, it's like lived in, everything like that. So they probably have lived here for quite a while. But yeah, so to have their parents move in, have the grandparents moved in, the parents that live here actually decided to move their bedroom downstairs into the garage. So maybe they've given it a new coat of paint. They still have the concrete floor that was in the garage before, but they've put down like a big rug. They have, you know, their bed, their dressers, you know, all of that stuff. They have their desk in here, because in my head, maybe one of them actually works from home. So they do have a desk in their bedroom with a computer. And, you know, obviously there is the bathroom downstairs, so that it's not like super inconvenient. And then they went and had another baby. So they also now have an infant that they need to find space for. And because the main bedroom, or like the parents' bedroom, is downstairs, they didn't want to put the infant upstairs in the toddler room, which is where, you know, the infant will probably go once you know, they've grown up and they're a toddler. But because they're still an infant, they wanted them to be a little bit closer, so they do have a crib in their bedroom as well. So I managed to fit in one of those like traveling cribs, like the ones that your Sims can actually put in their inventory and take with them to lots, because I figured it looked a little bit more realistic. Because if you have your infant sleeping in your room, just going off of personal experience here with, you know, family members and stuff, if you have your baby sleeping in your room, you're not going to have like a big ass wooden or very like permanent looking crib that's like difficult to move around in your bedroom. You'll have that in the room where they're going to be staying once they're older, and you have them like in their own bedroom. So, you know, that was kind of my thought process there. So they have that like portable crib in their room. They also have a little like changing station for them, so they can change their diapers downstairs. They don't have to go upstairs to the toddler room, where I did put another changing station as well, because toddlers can also be changed and stuff like that with the changing stations. So that just made sense to me. So yeah, they have their infant in their room, and it's all very, very cramped. I wanted to make it look like their bedroom has been moved around. So maybe, you know, they had different furniture in there before they had to have their infant with them. So, you know, their bedside table, the kids in the kids' bedroom actually have a matching bedside table to the parents downstairs, because in my head, this is the other bedside table that they used to have, and they don't have space for it downstairs, so it's gone into the kids' room. And, you know, their wardrobes, maybe they used to have 2 wardrobes, but now they have 1, and they've had to put up a like clothes like railing for their other clothes. And they have a bunch of suitcases in the corner that has maybe like their winter clothes in it, and, you know, just stuff like that. I wanted to make it look like messy and lived in and cluttered, and I had so much fun with this house, even though it was a pain in the ass, if I'm being completely honest. It took me over 5 hours to get this done, probably because I didn't have a very clear idea of what I was going to do when I started, because I changed my mind so much. And then also the items are a little bit difficult to work with, if I'm being honest. Like, a lot of the items I absolutely love and I can see myself using them so much, but none of them, like, we don't have a matching set of items for like anything. Like, all of the items are so mismatched. Like, we have modern items, we have more traditional items, we have, you know, all of these different kinds of styles. And part of me does like that the Sims team decided to give us a mix match of items that do look like, you know, like I'm saying, like the family has, you know, accumulated stuff over the years, and they're not all like, you know, they didn't go into IKEA and purchase like a whole like living room basically just from IKEA. So I do like that in a sense, but I did notice that, and obviously I haven't built with the pack and all of my other packs as well, so I've just done it with the base game and the new pack. And with having just the base game and the pack, I did find it quite limiting to like what I was able to do. So I mean, I can't see myself doing a bunch of different styles of homes just with the base game and the new pack. I can see myself doing a style like this, which is a little bit more suburban, traditional, you know, stuff like that. I can also see myself doing a little bit more of a modern style, but that's probably it. So it's a little bit limiting. It's not a pack that I would gravitate towards, I don't think, if I'm doing a restricted packs build with just the base game, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to actually building with all of my other packs as well, and seeing what I can do when I use just like anything and everything that I want to. But I do like all of the items. I think the textures are great. It's just the fact that none of them match, which is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Especially in the kitchen. I had such a hard time with that kitchen, you guys. I had to cut out so much of it. Just because we didn't get a new counter set with the pack. We got a fridge and a stove. And it's so hard trying to get those two items, the style of those appliances. They don't go with anything in the base game. Like, the stove is fairly modern looking. The fridge is so weird. Like, honestly, I don't like that fridge. I'm just gonna be honest. I do not like the fridge. It looks weird. I don't know what style it's supposed to be. I don't know how I would use it. Usually, I just used it in this build because it's new. And yeah, honestly, not a big fan of the fridge. Absolutely adore the stove and the range hood, but they don't go with anything in the base game. So if I had my other packs, I would have used probably a totally different kitchen set with it. And I do know why we didn't get a new counter set in this pack, because counters in the game take up like, I think 20 or something slots of items, and each counter is technically a separate item. So if they gave us a counter set, we would have gotten like 20 less of like the other items, if that makes sense. So I do understand it. It's just a little bit annoying. Honestly, it's a little bit of a downer, but it's not something that I can't look past if I have to. But yeah, so that's just something I wanted to mention. And also the archway downstairs, the big 4-tile archway that we have, I really wish we would have gotten a smaller one as well. So just a smaller, like maybe 2-tile one that also had that big wooden like beam detail and the glass, but it was just on a smaller footprint. Because yeah, again, we don't have a lot of stuff that matches it in the base game, and we don't really have any archways in any of the other packs really. We have like 2 from Cats and Dogs, we have 1 big one from Strangerville. There's, I think, 1 or 2 from Jungle Adventure, but we don't really have any other archways that could possibly match that one. And we also only have that one in the shortest wall height, which is so irritating. I hate when the Sims team does that, when they give us doors and windows and archways for just one of the wall heights. And in this case, they just gave us one for the shortest, and it would have been so nice to at least get one for like medium wall height as well. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, so I've basically rambled my way throughout most of this house. I'll probably talk more about some of my favorite items and stuff like that in my next voiceover. But yeah, once I've, had a chance to play around with the pack a little bit more, because all of this stuff is obviously my very much like first impressions, first time building with it, first time looking at it. I haven't done a lot of gameplay as either, like I said, so I'll probably change my opinions a little bit once I, spend more time with the pack. But speaking of the pack, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I do have a code for the pack that I want to give away to you guys. And a huge thank you to the Creator Network and SimGuru Frost for giving me this code so that I could give it away to you guys. But I do have one code for PC and Mac only, unfortunately, for this pack that I will be giving away I'll be giving it away obviously in this video. But you can enter the giveaway over on Gleam, which I will have a link down below in the description where you can just go on there, click on it, and then do any of the options that you have with it to enter. Each of the options gives you another entry, so however many you do is, you'll get more entries, all of that stuff. You guys know how Gleam works at this point. I've used it so much. And it's just easier than doing the giveaway in the video itself. So yeah, definitely go ahead, go and check that out if you want to stand a chance to win this pack. It's worldwide, obviously, but is only PC and Mac. And you do need to have the base game, already, obviously, if you want to play with it. And this giveaway will probably be ending next Tuesday. So what is that? The 21st. Tuesday, the 21st of March at 10 a.m. Pacific time is when the giveaway will end. I will then close it and I'll message whoever the winner is. I'll probably do it over on Twitter. So if you have Twitter, that's just a really easy way for me to get in touch with you. But yeah, so I'll message the winner and then I'll update the description to say, it's closed, the winner has been chosen, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, definitely go ahead, check that out. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is this is going up on Friday night. Tomorrow, Saturday at 4 p.m. South African time, which is my time. So that's 2 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, and 10 a.m. Eastern time. I will actually be live streaming here on the channel. I'll be playing the new pack. I don't know if we'll do gameplay, if we'll build, or what we're going to do, but I will be playing with the new pack here on the channel and we'll be doing it live. So if you guys want to come and hang out and chat with me and, do all of that fun stuff, I would super appreciate it. I would love to see you guys there. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to do that if, nothing unexpected happens, if nothing unexpected gets in the way, then yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon for me, but tomorrow morning if you're in the US, in any of the US time zones basically. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for that. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous as well because I'm not used to live streaming. But the other times I've done it here on the channel, I've only done it once on the channel. I've done it a couple of times on Twitch. But the other times that I've done it, you guys have already really liked it. And I would actually really like to actually play the game for a change with you guys. And not just do like a talking stream or a reaction stream or, something like that. So yeah, I would love to hang out with you guys. Like I said, definitely check it out. I'll try and schedule a live stream as well. I'll try and schedule it just after this video goes up, so then you can click the little bell and it will, you'll have the option to have YouTube notify you of when I go live, if that's something that you'd like to do. So I'll try and remember to do that. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, let me know if you'd like us to build or play the game. I was thinking of maybe trying the 7 infant challenge or something like that. Not the 100 baby challenge because I do not have the patience for it. But maybe just the 7 infants challenge, or maybe doing some building. That could also be really fun. But yeah, let me know if that's something that you guys are excited about, because I'm very excited, like I said. But yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to mention. I'm just having a look at my notes, because I do have notes that I wrote down as I was building this. But yeah, basically this whole build is playtested. It is playtested. I ran into a little bit of an issue with the grandparents' bedroom, where if your Sims were on the side of where the clothes are, I do apologize. My dog just started barking. I honestly don't know why, but sorry if you heard that. But if you're on the side in the grandparents' bedroom where their clothes are, you can walk to that side. You can get in the bed, both sides. But if you're on that side and I click like anywhere else in the house, they don't want to go there. So they don't want to autonomously walk back around the bed. You have to kind of like click on the floor and have them like go there on the other side of the bed, and then they'll go there and then they'll leave the bedroom, which is weird because obviously it works. They can get everywhere and use everything, but it's just the Sims being weird. But yeah, everything is playtested. It is up on the gallery. Like I said, all of that information is down below. Check out the giveaway link as well. Go ahead and follow me over on Twitter as well, because I keep sharing like sneak peeks of what I'm working on. And also if you want to stay updated with like stream stuff, video stuff, follow me over on Twitter. Also, I have a Discord server where I also post all of these things, so that's also linked below. But if you like this video, give it a like. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But I hope you're all having a great day and a great week, and I'll talk to you on my very next video. Bye everyone!
Wrote to you a simple text, reminiscing about the time when we first met. I don't know what is good enough, 'cause baby, little by little you wear me down. Little by little my actions won't be forgiven. I wish I could be sorry for the things that caused you harm, but nothing I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope you come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone. Sincerely yours, sincerely yours, I still haven't heard anything from you. You say love is a fool, and so I am too. I really don't know if it's good enough, 'cause baby, little by little you wear me down. Little by little my actions won't be forgiven. I wish I could be sorry for the things that caused you harm, but nothing I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope you come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone. Sincerely yours. I could be sorry for the things that caused you harm, but nothing I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone. Sincerely yours.